See, I didn't let the water prime enough. Jeez Louise. Hey guys, so it's been a couple days after, the pressure washing incident. So you can clearly see the pressure washer was having an issue. And this can happen for a number of reasons. Like if you have a leak in your hose, then it can let air in. And when your pressure washer tries to compress air, it really has a hard time doing that. So then it will run really fast and, burn out the motor. Because what a pressure washer does is it uses cold water to cool down the motor and also like lubricate it. And water doesn't need to be pressured with as many cycles as air does. Because to compress air, it takes a lot more work because air has a lot of, space, and it can compress a lot more, where water, it doesn't compress nearly as much as air does. So if you have a leaky hose, that can cause that. If your water source has like a low PSI, that can also happen. And then, just if the spigot itself is, running like it's going to spit out air bubbles every now and then that can also cause an issue. Well, what I noticed was when I would use like the hose normally, there wouldn't be any air bubbles that I could notice just from it running. So that led me to believe that there is either a leak in the hose when that would only be apparent when, I was trying to pressurize the water, or the PSI was too low. And given that I've never really had an issue with water PSI before, I'm just guessing it's the hose. So next time I go over there, I'll definitely test that, and I'll give you guys the results. I'm pretty sure it's just the hose though. So I'm gonna try attaching my own hose this next time I go. We'll see what happens. So you'll encounter these kind of events at really any residence, or anytime you're at a customer's house. There could always be a chance that something doesn't go right. It's important to try and control as many variables as possible when you're on the job site. So that's why when people like bring their own water supply or bring their own generator, or these big bulky things that, aren't really convenient to carry around, but they make your job easier and then also the customer's job easier, right? So like, since I don't have my own water supply and don't have my own electricity when I'm on the job site, like that's something I'm going to need from the customer in order to work. And that's extra things for them to worry about. And it's like kind of, one of the things with starting a business is like you're not going to have everything that you could ever want to make your life easy and the customer's life easy. That's just how it is. Like you have to build yourself up to that. And there's no point in really buying everything up front and just having all that cost on you, because you're not guaranteeing when you start a business that it's going to be successful just because you have good supplies, good tools, good products. Like that doesn't correlate at all. You need, a good customer base. You need people who are going to be loyal to you, and that's something you have to build. And having minimal tooling is a good start for that, because if they're going to, accept you when you're at your lowest, then as you get better and, improve with time, they're only going to appreciate your work even more, right? Having that in mind, like it's important to have all these different tools, it is, but there are going to be situations while you're working yourself up to being a better business that things don't go as planned, and this was one of them, obviously. So it was a good learning lesson for me. It could really happen anywhere, and that's, a risk you have when using a customer's supplies as well. So like using their water, it could have, factors going on with it that don't suit my tooling or something like that. So, and this can really happen with like anything that is out of your control. So yeah, so just keep in mind, it's good to control your own variables, but you also have to balance having actual customers so you can make money. And this was a great learning lesson for me. I hope you guys learned something as well if you stuck around this long. If you're interested, stick around and watch me clean the wheel. Other than that, have a good day. Hey guys, So today I'm gonna be cleaning my mom's gross wheels here. They've seen some wear and tear and not too much love, so let's see what I can do. For tools, got a brake buster, diluted 1:1 in here. Usually in the foamer, people like to dilute it a little more, like maybe 4:1 or whatever. I just like it a little heavier because then I can just, spray the product on, let it sit, and do what it's supposed to do. I mean, you're not really supposed to dilute that product, but I think the best method would be to probably just spray it on directly and let it dwell, which is what I'm gonna do here. And then I've also got a couple brushes. So this is the barrel brush. This is a nice one because it kind of just goes in and out really smooth. That's what they tell me. And then I got a nice soft bristle brush here, and this is great for the actual rim. And then I got more of a stiffer one, which is good for the tire part, and that'll help a lot with the browning that you can get with tires that have seen a lot of sun. So as always, want to prime the prime the pressure washer before it's cleaning time. And then yeah, let's get to pumping here. I always forget to do this beforehand. Okay, I want to give it a good pump because then it sprays a lot better. So the first thing I do is I usually just spray it on. And I spray it on pretty generous. And you just let that sit for a little while. And with the foamer, I use the green tip, which is more dry foam, and that helps it sit a little longer. And you can even see with that, it's starting to run down. So what I usually start with is I just start with this green brush here, and I just go around. I'm gonna spray a little more on.